Imagine you're a scientist in a lab. You put two bowls in front of a rat. One has cocaine. The other has sugar water. The rat walks past the cocaine. Every single time, it goes straight for the sugar. You repeat the experiment. 100 times. 1,000 times. Different rats, different labs, different countries. Same result. Sugar wins. Every time. And this is not a metaphor. This actually happened. In 2007, researchers at the University of Bordeaux ran one of the most shocking experiments in neuroscience history. They gave rats free access to cocaine for weeks. The rats were fully addicted, pressing a lever over and over for their next hit. Then they introduced a second lever. This one gave sugar water. Within days, 94% of the rats abandoned cocaine completely. They switched to sugar and never looked back. Think about that. These rats were cocaine addicts, and sugar was a stronger pull. To understand why, you need to go back. Way back. About 2 million years. Your ancestors lived in a world where calories were incredibly hard to find. Every single day was a fight to not starve. And then one day, someone tasted something extraordinary. A ripe fruit, hanging from a tree. That fruit contained fructose, a simple sugar. And the moment it hit their tongue, something exploded in their brain. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. It flooded their system like nothing had before. Their brain basically screamed, "Remember this. Find more of this. This will keep you alive." And that was a brilliant survival strategy. Sugar meant energy. Energy meant survival. Your brain learned to crave it above almost everything else. But here's the problem. For 2 million years, sugar was rare. Incredibly rare. A few berries here. Some honey there, if you were brave enough to fight the bees. The average hunter-gatherer consumed maybe 20 grams of sugar per day. Total. Now fast forward to today. The average American eats 71 grams of added sugar per day. That's 17 teaspoons. Your brain was built for a world where sugar was treasure. Now it lives in a world where sugar is everywhere. And it has absolutely no idea how to handle it. Let's look at what actually happens inside your brain when you eat sugar. The moment sugar touches your tongue, special receptors send an urgent signal straight to the brainstem. From there, the signal races to a region called the nucleus accumbens. This is your brain's pleasure center, the same area that lights up for drugs, sex, and music. The nucleus accumbens releases a flood of dopamine. Not a drip, a flood. How much dopamine? Let's compare. A normal meal raises your dopamine by about 50% above baseline. Sugar raises it by 150%. Cocaine raises it by about 350%. But here's the crucial difference. With cocaine, your brain quickly builds tolerance. You need more and more to feel the same effect. The crash is brutal. The withdrawal is horrible. With sugar, your brain almost never fully adapts. You can eat sugar every day for 50 years, and it still gives you that little hit of pleasure. That's why the rats chose sugar. Not because the high is bigger, but because sugar is a reliable, consistent source of pleasure that never fully stops working. And the food industry knows this. Oh, they know this very well. In the 1970s, a food scientist named Howard Moskowitz discovered something he called the bliss point. The bliss point is the exact amount of sugar that maximizes your pleasure without making you feel sick. It's the sweet spot, literally. Every major food company now engineers their products to hit this bliss point. Ketchup, bread, yogurt, pasta sauce, even baby food. You probably think of sugar as something in candy bars and soda. But 74% of all packaged foods in grocery stores contain added sugar. And they hide it well. There are at least 61 different names for sugar on ingredient labels. Dextrose, maltose, high fructose corn syrup, evaporated cane juice. But your brain doesn't care what it's called. The moment it reaches your bloodstream, the same ancient program fires up. Dopamine, craving, more. Here's where it gets really scary. Sugar doesn't just give you pleasure. It actually changes the structure of your brain over time. After weeks of heavy sugar consumption, the number of dopamine receptors in your brain starts to decrease. It's called downregulation. Your brain literally removes the receptors so it can handle the constant flood. This is the exact same mechanism that drives drug addiction. Now you need more sugar to feel the same pleasure. So you eat more and more, and your brain keeps removing receptors. It's a cycle. This isn't willpower failure. This is brain chemistry. Your brain is physically changing to demand more sugar. And here's maybe the most unsettling part. When researchers scan the brains of people with sugar addiction and people with cocaine addiction, the patterns look almost identical. Same regions lighting up, same neurotransmitters involved, same cycle of tolerance and withdrawal. Speaking of withdrawal, you know that headache you get when you try to cut sugar for a few days? The irritability? The brain fog? Those aren't just cravings. Those are withdrawal symptoms. Real, measurable, neurological withdrawal symptoms. In animal studies, rats going through sugar withdrawal show the same anxiety behaviors as rats withdrawing from morphine. So let's go back to our original question. Why does your brain love sugar more than cocaine? It's not that sugar is more intense. It's that sugar is more deeply wired into who we are. 2 million years of evolution programmed your brain to treat sugar as the most important thing in the world. Because for most of human history, it was. Cocaine has only existed for about 5,000 years. Your brain has had almost no time to build defenses against it. But sugar? Sugar has been hacking your reward system since before you were human. Since before you were even a primate. Every fruit-eating ancestor in your family tree for 60 million years reinforced this circuit. Find sugar. Eat sugar. Survive. That's a 60 million-year-old addiction. And we put the drug on every shelf, in every store, in every country on Earth. The average person will consume over 35 tons of sugar in their lifetime. That's the weight of a school bus. And it's not just about weight gain or diabetes. Excess sugar is now linked to heart disease, liver damage, cognitive decline, depression, and certain cancers. But your brain doesn't know any of that. Your brain still thinks sugar is treasure. Your brain is still running software from the Stone Age. So the next time you reach for something sweet, remember, it's not weakness. It's 2 million years of programming fighting against you. And maybe, just maybe, knowing that is the first step to taking back control. Your brain was built for a world that no longer exists. But you are more than your brain.